Okay, so before I get my day started, I wanted to come on here and just say Happy New Year, first of all. Um, I have to get this out because I know the time is now. Um, I'm doing this live because I want this to come directly from my heart. This just needs to be said, but then after that, I'm just going to leave it alone. Um, my silence has not been my absence. Um, I've been around a lot of people, family, friends, people I grew up with. Just along this journey there, I've been around a lot of people. And I say that because I used to be on Facebook almost all the time, talking about God, mentioning God, having a ministry. And then I just all of a sudden stopped being visible on all social media platforms. And I went through a lot, but a lot of that was what God was putting me through. So first thing I'm going to say, and I'm just going to get right to it. From the moment I started making this choice and this decision, I realized that whatever I spoke to anybody, it doesn't matter what it was. If I told anybody anything about God, I realized and understood that I was going to have to be held accountable for that. If you speak on God's name, then you're going to be held accountable for the image that you represent in terms of that. And I don't want to be held accountable for that because I fear God. So from the moment I started speaking, I started acting on the word. I started doing what the word said to do. And that is the reality behind what we're supposed to be doing, is living the word of God. The Bible says that man should live by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of God. We should not live. That is what the word says. We should be living it. But my point is this. As a man, you are charged with the task of loving and embodying the love of Christ. You are charged with that task. And that is a huge responsibility in today's society because a lot of people run from that. A lot of people hide from their emotions. A lot of people don't want to tell the truth. A lot of people don't want to speak on what they're actually feeling. And it's difficult to do, to be a man in today's society and be vulnerable, because I'm telling you, you get hit for it. And when I really started breaking this down and I really started realizing, like, there's no reason for me to be afraid of my emotions, but that's really how I have developed my relationship with God. It's just being honest, just being vulnerable. So I'm saying all this to say that I felt like God was leading me to come on this live to let everybody know that has, I don't know who, I mean, I know who it is, but if you know, you know. If you've been around me, you know that I've lived in your home. You know that I left my job. You know that I left to California. You know that I lost everything. You know that you know what I've been through, if you know, because I've been around people when I was going through this process. And that's why I'm coming on here and voicing this, because I haven't quit. Ain't no quitting me. When I make my mind up to do something, I'm going to do it. And I've been standing on this for the past 10 years. And the reality that I have come to is, like, there's a lot of senselessness in today's society. And I'm not finna be a part of that. This ain't about me trying to, woe is me, because I ain't never desired to be seen. I don't need to be heard. This is just the truth. And I'm honestly sharing this because I don't want anyone to feel like I misled them in terms of if I inspired them, in terms of if you heard me spoke about God. I am telling you that God is telling me to tell you that this walk was serious for me, and it is serious for me, and I'm still committed, and I haven't left. I have not done nothing but grow in it and mature in it deeply, to the point where I am completely dependent upon what God can do for me, not what this world can do for me. And that's just the truth. It's not much to say. Like I said, as a man, you have the responsibility to love like Christ. And if you mention God's name or Jesus' name, then you got to uphold that image, because if you don't, then you're going to be held accountable for mentioning and speaking his name and not representing him in the right, proper way. So this was a lot. And You got to love like Christ, you got to walk like Christ, and you got to sacrifice like him. The Bible also says that you cannot serve two masters. You can't serve God and money. Your heart is going to be in a place, and wherever your heart is, that is what you're going to seek. That is what you're going to do. That is what's going to drive you. That's what's going to motivate you. And that's what you're going to live by. So when I started removing my heart from things and started placing it in God's hands, it got difficult. It got hard. I was tested. All of this is on my YouTube. All of this was all over my Facebook. I had a ministry. To those that bought things from me in terms of Mind Over Actions, the ministry, I'm gonna put a video on my Facebook after this live, and that video is gonna pretty much explain everything that I'm saying right now and why, like, it's not about talking. You either live in it or you not. And anybody that comes around you, anybody that knows you, they're gonna see it. It's not much you have to say. You got to become the letter of recommendation. That is what the word says. That is the new covenant. So like I said, I'm not trying to preach. This is just the truth. This is just to the people that I know I've been around, I've grown up with, I've talked to, like I say, there are a lot of people that I know, that have seen me on this journey and have known of me on this journey for the past 10 years. And as well as the sacrifices. So when it gets tough, because 2026 came with a challenge, and this challenge I feel right now is to just let go and just stand on what the truth is and just finish this out, because I feel like I'm coming to the end of what I'm being asked to do, and the rest of it is just being. Like I say, it's not easy. It's not. It does require you to give your heart, and because God don't want nothing else from us. There's nothing else that we can give him. So again, anybody that has seen Mind Over Actions, seen any of my videos, heard of my spoken words, down to just the book I had about Mind Over Actions, all of that. This is me telling y'all that God has led me, taught me, tested me, and prepared me to just simply stand on his word and live it. That's it. That's it. And I'm saying that because whether it's believed or not, I'm speaking on it. And I don't know if anybody gonna see this video, but it's out there. I don't have to worry about speaking on this again. Me not being on social media is because I'm face first, head down, focus on God. I don't got nothing else to do with my life. There's nothing else better to do. If you don't have love, then you don't have nothing at all. That is what the word says. The way of love. Love is patient, love is kind, it always endures, it always hopes, it always believes. Like it's the greatest thing that you can have. It's the greatest thing that you can give. And I just get so confused on where we got lost in terms of thinking that money does not buy love, and money can't give love. So, I just needed to get that off my chest, and I hope it blesses the people who have seen me, and who know of the things that I've gone through and been through. It's been 10 years. So, I'm going to post that video, and then I'm going to just leave it at that. And again, I just hope that anybody listening to this, I really just hope that you seek for yourself, that you don't allow yourself to be misled. Please put in the effort to find out whether or not you're being lied to. Please, because everything in this world is a lie. They lie to us on levels unimaginable, and the delusion it causes is insane. But I don't like being lied to, so I just was relentless on trying to figure out what the truth was, and that's what I focus on. I don't like being lied to, so I need to know the truth. And I know I don't think anybody would say they want to be lied to or they like being lied to. But again, this ain't about me preaching. Jesus did that already. It's about living it. And all I can do is speak from my testimony, and I hope it blesses other people. I hope it touches the hearts of anybody listening, and I hope it pushes you to want to really seek for your own self. If you seek God with your whole heart, you will find him. That is the only way you're going to find him, is if you seek him with your whole heart. And if I'm making this as simple as I can make it, all you really got to do is be vulnerable about what you're going through and be honest. That's it. It really is. It's simplistically complex. That's what I be saying that God is, because it is a lot, but it can be very simple. I didn't want this video to be too long, but I really do just hope that my journey, my testimony has blessed someone. If it's one person, I'm happy with that. But if anybody was watching me, if anybody felt like I quit, if anybody felt like God failed me, no, he didn't. Love never fails, and that's what I can't fail at as a man. I have to love. It don't matter what I go through, it don't matter what I deal with, it don't matter what challenge I face, it don't matter what I have. And this is what I just been showing. This is where we as men have to stand up and stand strong. And the only way you can do that is with God, and it's that you have love. Again, I really do just hope that people will start taking the time to stop watching these mega pastors, stop listening to everybody, sit with your own self, sit with the word, sit with your own self and your own thoughts and your own emotions. God gonna meet you right there. I promise you that. Y'all be blessed, never stress. I'm gonna put the last video I did actually was back in May. It was May last year, so I'm gonna put that on my Facebook. And again, anybody seeking, it's there. Everything that's on my YouTube is pretty much the full journey of what I've been going through, what I've been dealing with, the different stages, just the journey. It's a journey, and it's a journey because it's not necessarily growth. When I came to the realization, it was just me being awakened to what Jesus did, which is the finished work, which is just realizing who we are and that the word is true. That's it. Y'all be blessed, never stress. Again, don't allow yourself to be deceived. Seek what is true. Y'all be blessed, never stress.